Hello, everybody. Welcome back to my channel. Now, in the case involving Lesego and Ndhuna, who are parents to Kayone, who has unfortunately passed away, as you would know, over the weekend, there was an issue that was trending of a toddler, a baby that passed away by drowning, allegedly. Now, the mom had issued media statements alleging that seemed to allege that the dad had something to do with it, and the dad had been sexually abused, and the dad had previously made claims to, that seemed not to care, or rather that seemed to indicate that it might harm the child. So essentially, then the child, was said to have drowned, and the mom has been seeking answers in that how can a child drown and pass and then, pass away and also just be buried within 24 hours without her being present, without her being involved. And so it went on in social media over the weekend. Now, the father has responded, saying that he had no wrongdoing. He has done nothing wrong. He had no hand in the child's death, and in fact would also like to know what exactly happened, because he had two helpers that were assigned specifically to look after the child. Now, he says this in a statement that he issued through Titimba's organization, where it's a six-part response. And I'm not going to read the whole statement. It is quite long, but I will attach it on the screen and you can read it for yourself. But essentially, in summary, what he's saying is that he had no wrongdoing. He tried to involve the mom as much as possible. Through the entire time, he had been trying to get the mom to come, to cooperate. There's a point where they needed the child's birth certificate. They couldn't get it because the mom refused, and the mom had said that he had other family issues to attend to, and therefore he couldn't come. Now, he says that he persistently and consistently asked for the mom to be involved, and when he received the news that their son had passed, or rather had son, because he hadn't passed at the time, that the son had drowned, he was not at home. So he got a call from the nannies that were assigned to look after the child. And when he heard the news, as soon as he heard, he called paramedics, and he also made a U-turn, rushing back home. That's when he found the paramedics had already arrived, and they were trying to, make sure the child does not die. But unfortunately, he did die. And he says that he did his best. He did his best, and he would also like to know what exactly happened, because he had people looking after the child. And also, the Justice, Crime Prevention and Security Cluster, which is a government grouping, has also responded. So this is a government grouping in South Africa that coordinates efforts related to crime prevention, justice, and security. It includes various departments and agencies that focus on maintaining law and order, to basically ensure public safety and that the law is upheld. They also have issued a statement, and I'm going to read it. It says, Ms. Lesego Pase has been linked with a team from the SAPS Gauteng Provincial Head Office, led by the Deputy Provincial Commissioner responsible for crime detention, that will follow up the inquest docket and address her concerns. Upon establishing the legal cause or causes of the unnatural death, the findings will inform the possible accountability if needs be. And it says, note, it is a criminal offense for anyone to prejudice the findings of an inquest. This includes giving false evidence, either orally or in a written statement. The purpose of this process is to establish the truth of how an unnatural death came about. Okay, so the government has become involved. It is now really an issue of public interest. So we are going to keep watch and see what happens. In terms of the dad's statement that he issued, I mean, his side is also plausible. There's some aspect of it that, I'm like, okay, that's understandable. When you go through it, you're like, okay, I hear that, I hear that, I hear that. Because at this point, we really don't know who's telling the truth. What is clear at this point is that their relationship was not healthy. The screenshots that Lisejo shared on social media between the exchanges that they had on via email, it is clear that this was not a healthy co-parenting arrangement that they had. So that one we can pretty much establish from just what has been shared. And also it does seem a bit, not a bit, it is strange that the dad, in my opinion, that the dad decided to bury the child so fast, so quickly, even if they're not in good terms with the mom, just by the virtue of her being the mom, to just give her enough time, because you know what, people process death like very differently. I think it was just a couple of things that firstly they were not getting along well, but also now when this tragedy hit, it didn't immediately resolve the issues, so they still had the issues. But as a dad, I would have expected, as a parent in general, that you give the mom enough chance, just by virtue of her being a mother, that perhaps she's going to come around. If she says that she can't come at this moment because she's attending to something else related to her grandma and stuff, then maybe after a day or two she was going to come around. I don't know. But to bury the child within 24 hours, or in the space of 24 hours after he's passed, does raise eyebrows, because firstly, is the post-mortem out already? Are we not trying to establish what happened? It's like too quick. But at the same time, it is a bit unfair to sort of judge how, again, we can say the same towards the mom and the dad. It is quite unfair to then give people sort of this rigid way of grieving. Maybe this is how he just wanted to get it over and done with, and because it was too unbearable for him to think about his child in this way, or to just face the reality that his son has passed in this tragic way. We don't know. But I suppose that the investigation, it seems like the mom, Lesejo, wants the body to be exhumed so that she knows that firstly, it is her son that died, and secondly, to just know what happened. Because remember, there are also allegations of sexual assault. The mom is alleging that the child was being sexually assaulted. So all of those things, hopefully, when the body has been exhumed, the authorities will be able to establish what exactly happened. Okay. So yeah, guys, that's it. Please let me know what you think, and please like, subscribe, and share my videos and share my channel so we can grow.